Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins. I'm Trevor Hankins.
and you're on the air with Power Squared. Tonight we're going to talk about issue number 12 of The Blade of Miracles, which is Trevor's 12-part epic, which comes to an end this month.
Yes.
So you tell us something about issue number 12.
It's called Farewell Britain. In the book, Britain is spelled different from Britain, so
Right.
it's kind of vague whether or not it's the actual.
Okay, all right,
It's slightly fantastical.
all right.
Anyway, the 12th issue is an epilogue to the previous issues.
Okay, so you had the big, huge battle with Mordred, which took like four issues, episodes in
Yes.
television, issues to complete, and now that that's over, we're seeing kind of a wrap up of the story.
Yes. It's labeled an epilogue in story, but it's also sort of the denouement.
All right, very good. Ooh, using French. Okay. So
The denouement is the point of the story where they try to ease you out of it after it ends.
right. So basically, Jack survives with Lancelot as the side, and who does he run into? But
Guinevere.
all right, and
All the way back from issue 3.
okay, so she's obviously in the Arthurian legend. Guinevere is an important character,
Yes.
and I'm not an expert, but I think she supposedly had an affair with Lancelot in the Arthurian.
Yes.
Yes, but
Not in this continuity.
Right. No, she's waiting for Jack, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you see the story continuing at all, even if you don't draw it? Do you see that? I mean, does the story end it for you? Like, oh, these characters are, you know.
I feel like there is potential for another story. I just don't have any concrete
Right.
plans at the moment.
Right, sort of sequel in the offing. So you took on 12 issues, which is a lot.
Yes.
As I think we were just talking earlier this afternoon, Power Squared in our many years of publishing has put out 26 issues. In 1 year, you put out 12.
Yes.
Now, it wasn't like you were doing these once a month. You'd already done all the work.
Yeah.
But that's a big task to take on.
Yes.
How long did it really take you to do the whole thing?
When I started, I thought it would take me like 1 or 2,
Uh-huh.
but 1 or 2 years. But due to some outside factors, ended up taking me like 3 or 4 years. That included taking breaks.
But you feel good now that you've got it done?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I ended up doing the whole thing at once as a way to practice follow through.
Right. Anything you want to tell us about what happens in this issue, or is it a secret?
In this issue, Arthur reunites with Guinevere.
Right.
I was originally going to have another story with Guinevere somewhere like in the middle
Uh-huh.
of the story, but I couldn't quite figure out how to make it work.
Right.
So I decided it would be better to just scrap that and go directly to the Mordred arc. And then I still wanted to have a way to wrap up the story, so I saved Guinevere for the ending.
Okay.
As a result, I feel like, in hindsight, I feel like I could have done more to flesh her out.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what the sequel does. It's Guinevere's story.
I was going to say, you are your own biggest critic.
Yeah. Oh, I could have done that better. Everybody goes through that process.
Yeah. I did still try to have some sort of character development for her in this issue.
Okay. Now, as the editor, did you feel a certain, need to help kind of wrap it up and get a direction, leave it open-ended?
I think what I did with this issue was I helped with dialogue, and also I might have offered
notes while trying to respect what he was trying to do.
Because this issue is releasing later this month, the cover also happens to be appropriate for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so I was thinking that. We should have put that up on Valentine's Day. It probably been really, but it's nice. It's a very nice cover.
Yes.
And you actually have most of the pages in the previous issues are black and white, and here you actually have some color towards the end.
Yes.
Well, what was the choice? Why make that colorful?
Well, this issue is kind of what happens when you have vague idea of how you want to end your story, but you need to fill out like 20-something pages.
Okay.
I wanted it to end on a spread, but because I was kind of influenced by the way JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in the manga, each part sort of ends with this this grand illustration.
Right.
It's like some sort of view. I went for something here, but I ended up one page short, so I decided to have a special color illustration.
Okay. It was nice at the end. Kind of, as I say, it's a splash of color when it's just been black and white. It sort of ends it on a high note.
Yes.
And it's hard on page 20 to have a spread.
Yeah.
If you stop at issue number 11, the story kind of ends on a downer, so this...
Is more of it up.
Yes.
So you want to complete the story. You want to go through. And so the idea now would be to make a trade or 2 trades out of this?
Yeah, my current plan is to have 2 trades and then a larger collection.
The full
Saga.
saga. Okay.
In
Good.
my head, another name was a working name would be like the complete tome or something.
I was also thinking tome as a possible word.
All right.
Did you learn anything from doing this?
I learned that I'm kind of better at short form stuff.
Okay.
Doing something like this took a while for me, but I think I learned how to properly pace a story and battle scenes and stuff. I'm not Jeff Smith or Stan Sakai, but I kind of have more respect for people like that who are able to have this grand epic.
So it never ends kind of story.
But it was
Yeah.
Tolkien-esque.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your art style?
I thought about this. I grew up on a lot of classic Cartoon Network, from the 90s and early 2000s.
So for those who aren't familiar with that era, that'll be stuff like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Samurai Jack, Dexter's Lab.
Time Squad.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Shout out to my Time Squad peeps.
Remember time?
I took a lot of influence from those kind of styles.
Okay.
And then I also grew up watching a lot of anime. So I think some anime influence also got in there.
Okay.
And I was watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure while I was writing and drawing this series. And that sort of ended up influencing some of the costume designs. Mordred's costume design was influenced by Diavolo from Golden Wind.
Or Part 5.
Yes, because I was watching Part 5 at the time.
All right.
So I would describe my style as sort of I would describe my style as sort of a weird mixture of like 90s Cartoon Network and anime.
Is there a particular artist or artists that have influenced you?
A lot, actually.
All right.
Hirohiko Araki is a big one for me because of
The mangaka for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, in case someone's listening and they aren't familiar.
All right.
the more I like read and analyzed his work, the more I like understood his thought process with writing and like character designs. He's not like the end all, but he's still a big influence on me with like storytelling
Okay.
and costume designs. I realized at some point, as far as the Cartoon Network influence goes, I ended up taking some subconscious influence from John Dilworth, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Okay.
Was when I was taking a class at the Animation Guild when they offered in-person classes.
Right.
When I was designing a building, I realized it looked kind of like the house in the middle of nowhere and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Right.
Not exactly that,
Right,
but like
yeah.
reminiscent of that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when I realized I took influence from Cartoon Network stuff.
All right.
Another one is like Gendy Tartakovsky.
Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory,
Yeah.
Primal.
Took a lot of lessons from Steven Silver, like Kim Possible and Danny Phantom.
Character designs.
Yeah, a character designer for those shows. Another one was Beatrix Potter.
Okay.
Probably sounds weird to like mixed in with all those other artists.
No, but she sort of drew animals, anthro animals.
Yes.
Right. And so, yeah, I can see that being an influence. And you do like Beatrice Potter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of thought about like the way she drew anthropomorphic animals.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not to say it's not exactly reflected here because these have more like human proportions.
Right.
But still.
No, she's still an influence. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I remember the first issue of this, you tried to go for a more realistic look, and then it wasn't turning out well, so you redrew it.
Yeah. At some point when I was close to the end of number 12, around there, I looked back at the first issue. The art, I know I wasn't still getting comfortable with like digital art when I drew that, but the art was like atrocious, so I like redrew it closer to my later style.
Okay. All right.
There might the way I draw the faces, there might also be a little Sonic the Hedgehog.
So you're taking influences from all over, which is good.
Yeah, sort of a weird amalgam of.
Well, you are what you've watched in some ways, as far as that's how it comes out of you.
Yes, I would still say my biggest influences are that specific era Cartoon Network and a lot of anime that I watch.
I will mention, well, Rocky is still kind of relevant in this conversation. Something that I'm not sure I see people really talk about with his style is I realized the way he approaches panel layouts, he's using the page like a canvas.
Right.
Yes.
Like, there are some standard layouts here and there, but there's this like free form aspect to it when he's planning it out, The only way I can think to describe it is he's planning it like like he's using the page like a canvas.
Right.
Earlier issues of Blade of Miracles, the page layouts were more like standardized. It was partly because I was thinking of how the writer for Hikaru no Go, Yumi Hota,
Yeah.
explicitly used square panels because they were easier to edit.
Uh-huh.
But at some point I started experimenting more with more dynamic panel layouts when appropriate,
Well, that's good.
especially during fight scenes.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the issue?
Well, when I was close to like finishing the issue, it was kind of I was like simultaneously relieved and sad to be done with it.
I find that when you're reading a book sometimes, as you're
Yeah.
getting towards the end, you're like, oh, it's going to be over soon. You know, if you're really into the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like the book, you're just hoping to get it, like, please
Yeah.
be over. But if you're really into it, it's like, oh, man, there's like 10 pages left.
Yeah.
So, that reminds me when I watched the DuckTales reboot
Uh-huh.
twice, once with you.
Right.
The only way I could think of to describe how I felt when it ended was sad, because I didn't want it to end,
Right.
but it had to end.
Yeah. It's sad when, it's out of your control.
Yeah.
It was good. It stopped. Yeah.
It was probably a good sign because I hardly ever feel that way about shows that I watch.
All right.
It's like, I feel sad that it's gone.
Are you sad that this is over then?
It's kind of as a creator, it's kind of a mixed feeling.
All right. Anything you want to say?
Oh, it was interesting working with my own brother
Uh-huh.
in this sort of capacity. And I wouldn't mind collabing again.
Okay, good. All right, so the issue will be available on February 25th through the campus store at powersquarecomicbook.com, and it will be available in digital and print. So we encourage everybody to check it out.
Transition.
Tonight, to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Daft Punk breaking up,
Yes.
Trevor wants to do a tier list of their albums and movies. So I know you've been a big fan of Daft Punk's for a long time,
Yes.
and I'm sure it was tough on you when they actually did break up.
Yeah, I was kind of devastated.
Was that a surprise? I mean, they don't. We were talking earlier. They're not the most prolific band.
It was a surprise announcement.
Okay. Do you think it's over? They'll never work again? I mean, every group that's broken up has gotten back together at some point. It seems like.
Well,
As we talked about in the Megadeth tier list, I don't think Megadeth is going to do that because Dave Mustaine has health issues.
But I mean, they're not dying of cancer or anything, right? I mean, they
right. Daft Punk. For those who don't know, Daft Punk is a French electronic duo or house music duo, consisting of I apologize if I'm butchering French. Guillemin de Homme Christo, who dressed up as a gold robot, and Thomas Bagalter,
I think you're making that name up.
who dressed up as a silver robot.
Why did they choose to do robots?
Part of it was they wanted people to focus more on the music than the person behind the music.
Right.
So that also gave them a sense of anonymity.
Right.
Because before they went with those fancy robot costumes, they were also ones to hide their faces during interviews.
Okay. Now, they supposedly famously showed their faces in a commercial at one point? Levi's or something like that?
Possibly.
I just remember hearing about that. It was a big deal they actually had done that.
After their breakup, they're still on good terms. Is they broke up because of AI,
Okay.
like AI generated music,
Uh-huh.
and
They thought the last thing they wanted to be in a world of AI was robots.
Okay.
yeah.
Something like that.
They still, my understanding is that they still work on their own projects and still share like recording space and equipment.
Oh, okay. So they had a purpose for breaking up.
Yes.
Not just because we don't like each other or
Yeah.
I want to sign with this guy and whatever. Okay.
It's just in a world of AI, do they really fit in anymore?
So there's no Yoko involved. All right. So
But McAlter has been a little more active than Demon will.
and they've done individually soundtracks before.
yeah.
I forgot there was some French, obviously a French film, but one of them did the soundtrack for it. I forgot that it was sort of like a story kind of told in reverse.
Irreversible.
Yeah.
Yeah. McAlter did Irreversible, and he also, forgetting the name of it right now, but he also did Opera,
Wow. Okay.
and he also did the soundtrack for, I think it was a French satirical film called Dali.
Okay.
It was about Salvador Dali.
All right. Okay.
I have the soundtrack on vinyl, and I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, and I know where that is. I saw it today. As a matter of fact. All right.
That's actually what reminded me.
Okay. All right. So, how did you find out about Daft Punk?
Like with Metallica, I discovered Daft Punk while I was in high school.
Okay.
It turned out to be after their famous Alive 2007 performance, so I kind of missed out on that.
Seeing them live. I know there's all their hope that they would tour again.
Yes, and they never did. The closest I ever got to that was there was a recent Fortnite event.
Right.
Yeah, where they played a truncated version of Alive 2007.
Yes.
So, what were their active years?
1993 to 2021.
And in that time, they put out.
I put out 4 studio albums within that time.
Okay.
So because of that, for the purpose of padding out this tier list, I was also going to include a few supplementary albums and their films.
Okay. They did 4 studio albums, but they also did the soundtrack for Tron
Legacy.
So
Yes.
which is their music. So it kind of, to me, that would kind of count as a.
I still count that as an album personally.
All right. So let's start you off.
Okay, so first started with Homework.
Okay.
If you will, with this album, it's like Daft Punk is to house music what the Beatles were to music at large. If you know what I mean.
No, they were big in house music. Okay.
This one has sort of it's like kind of a raw sound to it.
I noticed a number of first albums typically have a raw sound.
Yeah, a lot of times you're just sort of figuring out what you've kind of finally got signed, or now you're recording and you don't have experience doing it before.
Yes.
So you're playing what you already know and how you know it, and
Yeah, at least it's not muddy like some first albums.
Right.
Yes. But I think this album holds up like really well.
okay.
It's you feel this is one of those things where it was a little hard to pick favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I still did that.
That's okay.
Going off of memory,
Mm-hmm.
I would highlight Revolution 909, Defunk, Phoenix, Fresh, Around the World, Rolling and Scratching, Teachers, and Oh Yeah.
Okay. So
That's like half the album.
look at the album and that's like the whole thing. But okay, that's fine.
I did say it was hard. As I say that the beginning is kind of framed like it's a radio station.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
What's interesting about the song Teachers is that it's basically them listing their influences in a very dancey fashion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Listening to a beat.
Yes. They're listening to a beat.
so before they got signed to a record deal, were they just playing in clubs? DJing in clubs?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing club. I remember from something he'll probably talk about later that
Yes.
they were doing clubs, and
Yes.
they had this different way of hiding their faces before they landed on the robot
Right.
personas.
All right.
Yes.
I was just trying to get a little background. All right.
So this is a tier list. I'm probably a little biased because a lot of this stuff is going to be like high.
You don't have to have any Fs or whatever.
I would put this at A tier personally,
Okay.
which is still good.
Any particular reason, or did you already kind of say?
This is like a really good first album, but I think they still get better.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so around homework, they're also each of their singles has a music. Most of their singles have a music video,
Okay.
which is compiled into a DVD called Daft, a story about dogs, androids, firemen, and tomatoes.
This also starts each album having an accompanying visual component.
Yes. I find it interesting that, on my own, that it seems like each of their main albums has a visual accompaniment in some capacity, even outside of music videos.
Okay. Well, that's their little style, I guess. I mean, that's why they took a while between albums.
It just kind of worked out that way. It's still kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, so this is a compilation of their music videos for Defunk, Around the World, Burnin', Revolution 909, and Fresh.
Right.
The Fresh music video was actually made for this.
Now, did they have a hit off this album?
Yeah, a big hit for them was Around the World.
Right. I know what that is. So yeah.
Even though the song is just saying the same three words over and over, the point is it's a very catchy beat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you can totally move to it.
And from a lot of the early stuff I've heard, it's mostly the beat. It's not, you don't go, the lyrics aren't really that deep in some cases.
The lyrics are more secondary.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're just going for a feel. So, okay.
I can briefly describe the
Okay.
videos. Defunk is the dog part.
Okay.
I think his name is Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I get that wrong, throw the right name up on screen. Anyway, the music video tells a story called Big City Nights, which is actually on the cover.
Right.
It's about the dog man going through the streets of presumably New York. Looks like New York.
Okay.
It kind of ends on a downer because he meets this old friend of his but because he's also carrying a radio that's playing the song.
That's convenient.
Yeah, it plays it diegetically.
Yes, which is interesting. Anyway, in the story, he meets up with this old friend of his, but he ends up getting separated from her because the bus that she went on has a no radios policy.
Okay.
And he has trouble turning the radio off. In response to the reception to that one, Daft Punk themselves directed a music video for Fresh that gives his story a happy ending.
That's nice.
It all works out.
So when I watch that one, it kind of gets me.
It's a wonderful life.
He does get a happy ending.
The androids part is around the world. It's this interesting visualization of the song. It's shorter than the album version, but that's, it's like it uses the radio edit. But it's a circular stage, and there's these costumed dancers, and the different groups of dancers have different costumes, and each one represents a different part of the song. And they're dancing in time with the song, so there's clearly a lot of coordination involved.
That's good. All right. Sounds interesting.
Yes, there is a breakdown of which part is which. I haven't committed that to memory.
It's fine.
The fireman part is Burnin', in which is about a kid who is daydreaming about being a firefighter.
Okay.
The tomatoes part, interesting to me. It's about how a tomato sauce stain got on a police officer's shirt.
Okay.
It goes through like the whole thing, like tomatoes like growing and being harvested, and there's actually a tomato sauce recipe in it. As I wrote this down. It's because the director Roman Coppola, son of Francis Ford Coppola, he had wanted to produce an instructional video. That's why the tomato theme.
That's interesting.
This.
Okay. So
Apparently people have followed the on-screen recipe and it actually works.
I would hope so. So they did homework, and then when did that come out?
Crap, I should have written this down.
It was probably 93 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, 90.
It would be 93.
Yeah, 93.
Okay.
This is a tier list. I would give this an A.
Right. Is this anything? It's available still? I mean, this is. I know we got this somewhere used.
You should still be able to find it. I haven't explored the DVD further beyond the music videos, but there's also some like behind the scenes stuff on here.
Okay.
To my understanding, they have released the at least some of the behind the scenes stuff on their official YouTube channel.
This also has a feature where you can choose your own viewing angle between 9 different camera positions for rolling and scratching live in LA, so you can do your own editing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a thing for a while with DVDs that you could choose the angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Well, that idea here feels very Daft Punk.
You can edit your own.
Yeah. Also, this also has everything in French as well as English.
Yes.
All right.
They are a French band after.
Yeah.
So, following homework was Discovery.
Okay.
The copyright on here is 2001.
So 8 years.
Yes.
boom, there's no album. Okay. All right.
Well, that's one way.
No. You know,
This
I'm
one,
gonna look up the date so we're not.
guessing.
Yeah, 2001.
All right. 2001, Discovery comes out.
yeah,
Homework came out in 1997.
yes.
Okay.
While we're at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Discovery. This one has more of a. There's definitely a lot more of a dance vibe to it.
Okay.
But
Yeah, Daft Punk changes up their sound a little between albums because they
they like
Want-
to experiment.
yeah, so they intentionally wanted every album to sound different from the last.
That's an honorable.
Yeah, so that's why with Discovery it has a different vibe.
Yes. I would. This is probably a lukewarm take or room temperature take. I would put this at S tier.
Okay.
I think it's their best one.
Okay.
It's probably also one of their more well-known ones.
Yeah, this is. This is ultimately a lot more well known than Homework is.
All right. So, what are the some of the songs on there?
Some songs that I personally like are "One More Time," which is a big hit.
Yeah.
"Digital Love," "Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger."
Mm-hmm.
Also a big hit.
Yes. Superheroes, Short Circuit, and Face to Face.
Okay.
This is definitely a good album to like throw on during a party.
Okay.
But something that's interesting about this album is every song has a music video. The idea that if you put all of them together, they tell a complete story. If I'm right, that was ambitious for the time.
Yes.
And that became Interstellar 4-5, the story of the Secret Star System.
So, all the videos are animated?
Yes.
Okay. And they're all telling this towards the story.
Yes.
I remember us watching this movie.
Yes.
I don't recall anything more about it than we watched it, but I do know it was animated and it was trying to tell a bigger story.
And about the alien band called the Crescendolls.
Yes.
And they are kidnapped and taken to Earth, where because of their song "One More Time." The record producer wants to use their song to produce a golden record for his own ends.
Right. Yeah.
It's basically a commentary on the music industry,
Yes.
Sounds like it, yes. Okay.
including how they are stripped of their original identities, and it's not. They're kind of have to snap out.
Now,
Yes.
is there any dialogue in this animated film?
No.
It's strictly just the music videos.
Yes.
Unless you count the lyrics in the songs as
Well,
I
okay.
was going to say.
But I mean, there's no connecting. Just it's more like an opera than it is a musical.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Notably, this was supervised by the late Leiji Matsumoto.
Okay.
One of his known works is Galaxy Express 3-9,
Okay.
which we've seen the movie version.
That sounds
of.
familiar too. Yeah.
And Daft Punk, actually, my understanding is they convinced him to come out of retirement for this, and he had done other works after this.
Okay. So it's very ambitious to make a whole. And animation is not quick and dirty. It takes a while to do it. So.
Yeah. I thought that effort was worth it. But this, like the album it's based on, I'll put this at S tier.
Okay.
While I'm thinking about it, I want to say that they would show the music videos on Toonami
Yeah.
at the time.
Yes.
And that they even had bumpers where it was Daft Punk speaking to the audience.
They actually, Daft Punk actually came up with the robot personas because they wanted to cameo in this movie.
Okay.
So we have a 2D animated Daft Punk cameo.
This small tangent. While we're talking about this, there was a remaster at one point, but it was a crappy AI upscale, which I could tell it was crap based on a trailer that turned me off from it completely. So your best option, and there was also before that a Blu-ray release, but it was basically literally just the DVD but Blu-ray.
Uh-huh.
But like no remastering or anything, so your best experience is the DVD.
All right. And this is before I got George Lucas into something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend this.
Yeah. Okay.
It's also more or less a good way to listen to the album at the same time.
People call Tron Legacy a Daft Punk music video. This is literally a Daft Punk music.
Around the release of Discovery, they also put out a live album,
Okay.
Live 1997,
All right.
which is
Based on the tour of the same name.
it's a recording of Daft and Direct Tour, which was done to promote Homework.
Okay.
This is a single unbroken track.
Wow.
It's them remixing the songs off of Homework.
Okay.
But live.
Sometimes they're basically being DJs live
Yes.
with their music. So. Yeah.
It's been a while since I listened to this, but I remember liking it. So, like the other homework-related stuff, I would put this in A tier.
Okay.
Because I think I'll get to it, but I think it gets better.
So this came out after Discovery.
Yeah,
Okay. Just making sure.
yeah, I can't.
Yeah, they released the recording after Discovery.
Well, because they're,
Yes.
they're probably riding a high and needed product. Hey, we have this live
Yeah.
album.
The particular recording they chose was from I believe it was Berlin.
Okay.
And there are some elements in there that eventually turned into the sound of Discovery.
Okay.
It was interesting hearing.
And sort of the seeds being planted there.
Yes. Following Discovery was their third album. After that, they released their third album.
Okay.
In 2005.
Okay.
Human After All.
Right.
This is actually the first Daft Punk album I listened to.
Right.
This one kind of goes back to the like raw stylings of Homework.
Okay.
The songs are on their own. The songs are a little like repetitive, but I still think that there's some good stuff on here.
Okay. What are some of the songs you like?
The ones that stuck with me were Human After All, Robot Rock, which some people may have heard in Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Right.
Make Love, Television Rules the Nation, and Technologic. Technologic was actually my introduction to Daft Punk because I once heard it in an advertisement, and when I was reminded of it, I listened to the full song.
Yeah. Right. That was a big hit for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, with the sound of that, that album, they intentionally went for the exact opposite of Discovery.
Yes.
Discovery has a particular fullness to it. With this, they scaled that back.
They strip most of that away. On my first listen, I would give this C tier based on something I heard later. I would bump this up to, which I'll get to. I would bump this up to A tier.
All right.
I just realized the word to describe it, minimalist.
Yes, that's a good word to describe this. It's a more minimalist style.
All right.
While they're filming music videos for this one, there isn't one for the title track because that somehow turned into Daft Punk's Electroma.
Which is a very odd movie, as I recall.
Yes. I only watched it like one time, so I felt like I had to complete my Daft Punk experience. Also, yes, it is this really shiny steel book. This is the back. Daft Punk directed it, but they don't star in it. It's other people wearing the robot costumes.
And people melt or something at the end of it. It was very, very odd.
The Daft Punk robots live in a city of Daft Punk robots. They want to be human, so they're given this synthetic human appearance, but then it doesn't hold up very well, and the other Daft Punk robots run them out of town, and so they are wandering the desert where they end up killing themselves.
Another happy ending. Yeah, it was, as I recall, kind of disturbing. These guys know how to party. Get that idea. Okay, so
Well, they were going for a very artsy feel
Yes.
and, I guess, commentary.
Yes. This one gets a C.
okay.
Like, I'm personally not that big a fan of this, but I respect their vision.
All right.
And after Human After All, was Alive 2007,
Right.
which was this big concert. And that show ended up influencing inspiring some future electronic artists like Skrillex, who were in attendance.
Yeah.
And that is on a CD.
All right. So when you say show, they did like it wasn't a tour; it was just a show.
It was a tour, but they hadn't done anything live since the Daft and Direct tour, so
Right.
it was like this really big deal.
I think they started it at like Coachella.
Yes.
Also, they debuted their famous Pyramid Stage, which is represented on the cover.
This it's kind of a this is a visual of the pyramid stage.
Okay. So what?
And, like, no one had ever seen anything like it before.
Yeah,
Yes.
the first live album was one continuous track. Is that the same thing here, or are they?
Yeah, it all flows together, but there are now individual track listings.
They segue, but they're not just one song.
Yes.
Okay.
I would personally put this at S tier.
Okay.
This has actually worked for some people as a good introduction to Daft Punk.
Uh-huh.
It's like when it has happened where someone wanted to hadn't listened to Daft Punk before, I would direct them to this.
Does they cover their what you would consider their hits up to that point?
Yeah, they take songs from their first 3 albums and mix them together in interesting ways. So this was what elevated my opinion of Human After All, because they use the minimalist nature of those songs in very creative ways.
Okay.
So it's like, don't underestimate Daft.
All right.
They went for a while without making a 4th studio album.
Right.
So, in the meantime, they were hired to do the soundtrack to Tron Legacy.
Right.
I don't have the deluxe edition of this album because it was released literally everywhere except the US for unknown reasons.
They're just trying to be mean to you specifically.
The big hit off of this one is De-Resed.
Right.
That was the lead single.
Yes.
Okay.
I also really like End of Line, which is the song that plays a song that plays while they're in the End of Line club.
Okay.
AKA live action cameo.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, Daft Punk physically appear in the movie.
So it's their movie. There's other people talking. That's right, Daft Punk.
I think the movie itself is underrated personally. I'm also apparently one of the 5 people that actually liked Tron Ares. That's another topic.
We're also among the dozens of Tron Uprising
Yes. You would. Yes.
viewers.
Anyway, this album is easily an S tier for me. What's on this isn't every track, but they spread out the rest of the tracks across multiple places for some reason.
Platforms. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including a subscription service that died.
Yeah.
But there's a digital release of the album on Amazon that actually has every track on it.
Okay.
So I got that when I learned about it.
Right. Oh, yeah. You have to.
The songs on this are easily listenable out of context.
Okay.
What's different about this one also has a different sound from their previous output because they they worked with an orchestra.
Right.
I think that's sort of if you will, that's sort of like I think the orchestra sort of helps to like elevate it.
Yeah. Makes it a soundtrack.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I was doing the Megadeth tier list. It's kind of like 90s Megadeth. Although the sound changes, it's still undeniably Megadeth. In this case, it's still undeniably Daft Punk.
Yes.
Even if it's not Discovery 2.
This also influenced the soundtracks for Tron projects that came after it, like Tron Uprising.
Right.
Tron Uprising, Joseph Trapanese was the composer for that one, and he took influence from Daft Punk's work on Tron Legacy.
So just a little bit of trivia. They actually cut the movie to the music.
Yes.
They had the boards, so Daft Punk composed based on that. And then when they were cutting the movie, they cut to the music.
Oh, yes.
To me, I think that approach, from my experience, that seems to produce better soundtracks. As they did it. There was a similar approach with the 1986 Transformers movie, and I think that there's a reason that soundtrack is still celebrated.
Yeah.
As a result. So, moving on from Tron, which kind of put Daft Punk back in the public conscious. They're all a bit of a hiatus from Human After All.
Right.
They finally put out their 4th and ultimately final album, Random Access Memories.
This just seems a very different album from Strictly Electronica.
Random Access Memories, they were a lot more open to collaborations. So they have the Williams, Paul, and Pharrell. And also electronic artist Giorgio Moroder. And that put him back on the map.
Right.
So he made another album to capitalize on that, and to me that one was kind of
All right.
This isn't about Giorgio Moroder. This is about Daft Punk.
I also work with Nile
Not
Rodgers.
Rogers.
Nile Rodgers.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, they got a lot of interesting people on here. This one,
I think it would be fair to describe this as more disco-y.
yeah, this has definitely more of a disco vibe to it.
I also distinctly remember they intentionally went for old school marketing.
Yeah, so they advertised it through like billboards and posters and stuff.
Okay.
So it was kind of interesting seeing that play out in real time.
Yes. And this went on to win a Grammy for Album of the Year.
Yes. Which Daft Punk were in attendance for, and they wore special outfits for that.
It seemed like a real big, hey, you're mainstream now kind of deal.
Yeah, it's like with this, and especially their song "Get Lucky," it was like they finally like made it.
Right.
You can also tell they made it because "Get Lucky" was featured in the polka medley on Weird Al's last album.
That is a sign of making it.
If Weird Al makes fun of you, you've made it. Tracks that I like off of this are Give Life Back to Music, Giorgio by Moroder, Lose Yourself to Dance, Get Lucky, Fragments of Time, Doing It Right, and Contact.
Okay. The Georgia Moroder stuff is mostly spoken word, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's Giorgio Moroder talking about his career and the history of electronic music.
Specifically for that, they had they had him talk into different microphones that are each from different points in time.
Oh.
It's not something you might notice, but listening to it, but that was a small detail. So like as it goes on, the vocals get like cleaner, I guess.
Yeah, the microphones get better.
crisper.
That's interesting. Interesting technique. Did they produce this themselves, or?
Yeah. So there's also released through Columbia.
The disc even has a old school.
Label.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went back to the past with this one.
Yeah.
I would give this from memory, I'll give this an A tier.
Okay.
I still think it's a good album.
Right.
It's not as good as Discovery overall, but you shouldn't go in like expecting Discovery 2.
Well, it's like Megadeth. If you compare everything to Rust in Peace, of course you're going to be disappointed.
Now, do you feel like they sold out? I mean, some people, when groups or they're kind of cultish make it or try to make it, people go, they sold out. Did you feel that way when there was something that was a gigantic album for them?
No. It still felt Daft Punk to me.
Like, it didn't feel like they betrayed their...
Sound or...
No.
Yeah, it's because this was more of an intentional choice on their part to try something different, which they had been doing the whole time.
Yeah, but this is in some ways, very different.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can personally see why someone might not like such a big departure.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are people that felt that way about, like, other albums after.
Well, I'm sure if somebody... This probably was a lot of people's first introduction to them. Because it was such a big album, people probably bought it who didn't know who Daft Punk was.
Yeah.
I think they actually anticipated that people would hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so different. Everyone's going to hate it. and it was so different. Everyone loved it.
So what you've been doing is wrong. So now we like it.
It was interesting. They actually anticipated a negative reaction because they knew how different it was from everything else.
Also, like usually around the fourth, usually around the fourth album, people start to hate the artist.
If they don't grow, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I thought they went out strong here. They did stuff after this, like Starboy, the Weekend.
Okay.
But for the purpose of this tier list, I don't count that.
This is the end of their.
Recording career as a group.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, okay, so, but they recorded with The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hold that against them. Okay.
That album is the only Weekend album I own just for Daft Punk collaborations. And I like the Daft Punk collabs on there.
Right. Hey, I know albums just because somebody's on it. I totally understand.
Yeah.
I think this is a good ending.
All right. Yeah, but is it kind of weird that they finally made it big and then break up?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. No one saw it coming.
It was weird because I thought they were like, it seemed like the start of like new things for them.
and I remember because you got into them. They toured in '97, 2007. There was anticipation of 2017, as I recall.
Yeah. I am still waiting for that. They are overdue for that.
Well, we got the next best thing, 2025.
Yes.
Fortnite.
Yes.
All right. Any more stuff you want to talk about?
With the Fortnite event, they released there's a U2's 2-pack based on that, and yes, I pre-ordered it. Also, Fortnite, there were Daft Punk costumes. Yes, I bought it.
So,
In the lead up to Random Access Memories, there was a documentary called Daft Punk Unchained.
Okay.
It's the collab with the BBC. It's hybrid French and English.
so like it's native French or something.
Yeah, it's natively French, but because it's a collab is done with the BBC's involvement. There's still some English audio in it.
That would make sense. I'm sure the British people appreciate it.
There's different subtitle options. Like there's English subtitles, gives you subtitles for the French audio, and the French subtitles just gives you subtitles for the English audio.
That makes sense.
And the like title cards and stuff are in French.
Okay. So
Also,
this is a documentary telling their story up till then, or
yeah, this is about their careers up till the lead up to Random Access Memories.
That ended up being about their entire career.
yes, as it turns out.
Yes. It ended up that way. I consider this the accompanying visual component for Random Access Memories because of that.
All right. And did you hear that?
Yes. Probably weird to tier a documentary. I thought it was made really well. Partly to not sound too biased, I put this in A tier.
All right.
It goes into like stuff like their impact on music and like how they got the robot costumes, and it also involves the recording process for Tron Legacy.
This sounds pretty interesting. Oh, we did watch it, as I recall.
Yes.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that even at the release of Homework, there were people that desperately wanted to collaborate with Daft Punk, but Daft Punk turned all those offers down until Random Access Memories. They were suddenly more open to the idea of collaborating with other artists.
Okay.
So it's a very interesting insight into their history.
All right.
I would consider it a must-watch for Daft Punk fans.
So if somebody is, I want to get into Daft Punk sounds interesting. They should get Discovery if they're trying to start up.
I still think a good starting point is Alive 2007.
Okay.
I will give fair warning. There's they even though it's mixing their own songs, I also mix in a few, like a couple outside tracks in there, and one of them has a repeated F-bomb.
If that matters to you.
Yes.
My.
I guess the second best starting point.
Next best thing would probably be Discovery and Interstellar 4-5.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like if you really want to buy their albums, it's not like it's going to break the bank because there's not that many to buy.
Yeah.
It's always,
Unlike Megadeth.
Naturally, because I'm really into Daft Punk, I've gotten some deep cut stuff like singles and like Daft Club, and
Right.
when they broke up and people were selling off stuff, I bought a Daft Club card.
right. No, I'm buying Beatlemania stuff, memorabilia stuff.
We even bought a Japanese Duel Masters card just because its name was Daft Punk.
So, is there a song that people would go, oh, Daft Punk?
One is probably Technologic. That's a personal favorite of mine.
Okay.
Another one would be One More Time.
I would not underestimate Get Lucky, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Lucky is probably what majority of people who heard about them later would have heard first,
Yes.
because that was a lead single from Random Access Memories.
I remember hearing that getting radio play.
If I remember correctly, Get Lucky is about romantic conquest.
Yes.
All right.
While we're at it, another This Is Daft Punk song would be probably be Around the World or Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
Yeah.
Any final words on Daft Punk?
Despite all of the changing musical styles, would you still label them as house?
Ultimately, probably, yeah.
Like Megadeth, I would have still called them a thrash band, but there are places where, like, okay, this is just rock.
Or punk.
Yeah.
Is there? I mean, I know house is a dance music,
Yeah.
and disco is a
Yeah.
dance music. Is there? I mean, is it possible they kind of bleed into each other a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Daft Punk also introduced me to, was my introduction to electronic music in general, and I'll admit I'm not like intimately familiar with.
You're not a connoisseur.
I'm an electronic music connoisseur, but Daft Punk gave me more of an appreciation for it.
It's the got you going. But
Yes, that was my gateway.
I was going to say gateway drug, but that doesn't. I'll try not to. All right. So thank you.
If you are watching us on YouTube later and you like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment below if you have any thoughts of your own about Daft Punk's long-spanning career.
All right. So until next time, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
Trevor Hankins.
and you've been on the air with Power Squared.